Africa Clockwise is under the spotlight today for our Green is the New Black feature here on SAFM Lifestyle. Now, stand-up comedian Mark Sampson is packing up his family into, I believe, a giant green truck running on cooking oil to travel the circumference of the continent. Hi, Mark.
Hello.
So you're heading off any day now, I believe?
Yeah, as soon as it stops raining.
Oh, you're going to be waiting a long time if you're in Cape Town.
It's pouring down here today.
It's terrible. But okay, so Africa Clockwise, what possessed you? What's the thinking behind this epic trip?
Well, it's kind of driven by my wife as much as by myself. She was dead keen for us to go travelling with the kids before it became too late, and it's going to be too late for the planet if we don't move as well and do something on climate change. So it kind of works as a now or never both ways, where our kids are just coming up from 9 and 12. We've got to move before they don't want anything to do with us, in order to have a window of opportunity.
Yes.
So we want to take them to experience 40 African countries over the next 30 months. That's what we're hoping for. And bring some focus, some awareness to the effects of climate change in Africa, see if there's an African solution or ways to cope. That's what it's all about, really. We've got to bring some focus. World Environment Day is coming up next week, and we want to bring as much focus as we can onto these issues around Africa, because it's not just about climate change. We also don't know much about Africa. As South Africans, and I've been here 20 years now, I'm a South African citizen, so many of us don't even realise we're part of this continent, and we want to inspire families to go and explore and follow our footsteps and have a look at our amazing neighbours that we're so ignorant about.
Yeah, and there's such a stigma as well, going up further north. So it's lovely to be able to sort of bring it home to us as well. So you'll be looking at environmental issues that's taking place, or the challenges on the continent. But I guess there'll also be some really interesting solutions and people doing some pretty good work.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping to go and make a documentary about and research and vox pop. Find out from small businesses, from different NGOs, from ideas around what people are doing, people to person as well, just small things. And there are people incredibly good original ideas for saving energy, for adapting to living with nature as against nature. We seem to have forgotten that a lot. And this is why we're taking our own ways to demonstrate that in the truck. We've got a truck that's fully solar powered, completely off the grid. We have about 30 amps, 20 to 30 amps being provided. We're really lucky. We've got a sponsor called Treetops Renewable Energy Systems, and Treetops have given us such an incredible solar-powered system that you won't believe this, but we can use the power of the sun to run our domestic air conditioners, which are given to us. These air cons will be powered by sun to keep us cool inside the truck, which is an incredible use of energy. And we've got a solar cooker, we've got all sorts of gadgets and wonderful technology, and we're traveling off the grid and completely carbon neutral using cooking oil, and hoping to inspire people to think differently about their use of energy and the way we can live closer to nature without doing harm, think about our carbon footprint, think about the damage we do, and renewable resources, how to reduce, reuse, and recycle, all these little things. But there seem to be so many people out there doing wonderful things out of necessity in Africa, collecting water, finding ways to use more efficient cookers, because money's tight and you have to do what you can. And this is it. There's no wastage. This is what I find in the West, America, England, where I grew up. People have so much, they waste so much. And just because you can afford something doesn't mean you should have it. And we tend to overindulge and we forget the true essence of happiness, which doesn't come from consumerism, this kind of consumerist trap we're stuck in. That's no solution for anything. There's got to be some kind of African solution, not only to climate change, but to our general level of dissatisfaction with life, happiness. What's the key to happiness? I'm pretty sure we can't buy it. We kind of worked that out. There's a lot of rich people out there who aren't very happy. There's a lot of poor people who are still smiling. So we're doing something wrong. And I need to take my kids and go and have a look.
Well, I was going to say, you're going 2013 to 2015, I believe, and that's a pretty long time. What were your kids' thoughts? Are they open? Are they excited about it?
They're crazily excited. My daughter's a bit of an activist herself. She's just coming up for 12, and I tell you, she's been conserving water her whole life. seriously, in the last 10 years, I've only seen her flush the toilet twice. So the kids actually lead the way. It's all about the kids. And I say in my shows that unfortunately, we can't change the climate today with climate change, but we can change our children so they can deal with it better tomorrow. And that's really about thinking about the future and people's attitudes. And we're going to go and tell people this. We're hoping to perform at South African embassies along the way.
Okay, is that
We're
the
very
plan?
honoured to be doing that. We're supported by the Department of Arts and Culture along this adventure. We actually have an official letter of endorsement from the Minister of Arts and Culture, from Paul Machatila himself. So we're very proud to be associated with DAC and to going off around the embassies, promoting not only African solutions to climate change and how to cope with climate change, but drawing attention wherever we can to the African Union Charter for African Cultural Renaissance. And we hope to look at the Pan-African Festival one day and research music and comedy. I've performed with a lot of African comedians, and there's some real talent out there, and there's so much to be explored and to be reported back on, and I think to inspire people to get out there and to unite us a little bit, to work together, especially through the arts.
So are you being followed by, do you have a film crew coming with you, or are you hoping
I'm
to
the film crew.
You are the film crew.
Everything about this adventure is a kind of it's not a one-man thing, it's a one-family thing. Excuse me. And what the thing is, complete independence, which is hopefully the way we can teach other people that you can do it yourself. You don't need other people for anything. You can go off the grid. You can be independent, and you can survive. We're hopefully going to just take this truck and leave and not need too much support. We do need support. We don't have any cash sponsors, so we need support. Now, that's 100,000 rand for the visas alone, so some cash support would be nice. But we're looking for cooking oil donations wherever we go.
Okay.
The consumables we do need, obviously, for the visas and for the cooking oil, so we can run the truck. We're looking for donations wherever we can, so we can attempt to get this Guinness World Record for the longest journey on alternative fuels. But our main aim is to be independent. Just go away from, just ESCOM free, disconnect from the house, disconnect from everything, and make our own way with our own cameras. We've got a beautiful Panasonic donated broadcast quality camera, and we're going to go off and record everything, make podcasts, make documentaries, as much as we can do. We want to do it. It's completely independent, but it'll be me filming the children filming me, and us on our way.
Mark, I mean, it's obvious that environmental issues are important to you. I mean, you wouldn't be doing this if they weren't.
Very much so, yeah.
But do you think that the environmental debate, the climate change debate, the message, is it a bit stuck? Is that what are you trying to kind of unstick it?
I'm very much with you on that, 100%. It's something very didactic, kind of lectury and preachy, and it becomes grey, and people switch off. There becomes this almost polarized opinion of what it is to be environmentally aware, that you're either completely fully organic, whole wheat, lentil munching, tofu, eco-warrior, that hates leather and makes their children's shoes out of kelp, living in Scarborough, sending your kids to Waldorf, or you don't care about the planet and you'd fly your kids to school if you could. There's no in-between. You're either a complete eco-warrior or you're an eco-waster.
Yes.
And what the message needs to be is that you can't beat yourself up. We're trapped in this consumerist, capitalist lifestyle. But you can't all be eco-warriors, but you can find some middle ground, do a bit of recycling, educate yourself, empower yourself, get active on social media. There's so much more we can do now. The power of where you spend your money, looking into companies. But I think all of these messages, everything has to be given with a bit of tongue-in-cheek, a bit of sense of humor, taking the mickey a little bit, because there's so many boring environmentalists out there who just tell you this is the way you must be or you are guilty. And we don't need green guilt. We've had enough white guilt in our lives. Let's get away from beating people up about their choices and inspire them to just take a step in the right direction and just consider their actions and hopefully, change the way their children think about the world. And that's the big quest for us. We wouldn't be able to do this. I mean, it's quite scary taking your children into West Africa. People say, what are you doing taking your kids through the Congo, and then where are we going, Algeria, where are we heading? But we're lucky we got support from Liberty Health. Liberty Blue is a plan, Pan-African healthcare plan. They can medivac us out, and we're not crazy. We've got some good support, and we wouldn't be doing it without people like that. And we've had great support from Continental Tires have given us these military-grade tires that hopefully we won't be stuck in the bush trying to change a tire on a 10-ton truck. So we're well prepared security-wise. We've got Trelleydor have given us security for the whole truck, so we feel that we're not being irresponsible with the lives of our children. There's a risk to everything, but as most people you meet from Nigeria or Congo, places we're scared of, they say, "You've lived in Joburg. What have you got to worry about?
No, it's
going to be fine."
It's a
if
very
you're
good
prepared
point.
for South Africa, I think the rest of it, we at least have the right mindset, whereas you're cautious, don't make yourself a victim, but you also realize that there's a wonderful, wonderful soul out there. There's a heart, there's Ubuntu, there's this incredible people that you meet. You mustn't be frightened. You must go out there and do it. This is the thing. Don't hold back. There's one chance in your life to really do an adventure like this, and we've put everything into this, and it's an incredibly exciting time. We've just got to go.
It's going to be
It's like having a
life-changing.
child, when you're just planning to have a baby, and eventually you just got to do it because you can't prepare anymore, and it will be what it will be, and you just got to go.
So you're just going on Tuesday the 4th, I believe.
Well, this is the press launch at the Noordhoek Farm Village. We're saying goodbye to a few people, and from then on, it's pack the truck and hit the road up through Namibia, through Angola, Congo, DRC, and off we go. Keep going up the west coast. If anybody out there has contacts through any African countries for cooking oil, new or used, palm oil, coconut oil, we need it. Help it. Give us contacts from africaclockwise.co.za, Africa Clockwise on Facebook, Africa Clockwise Twitter, and keep in touch with us. Follow our journey. Like the Facebook page. Please, any contacts for cooking oil, help South Africa get the world record for the longest journey on alternative fuels. We could bring this to South Africa. Canadians have the record by traveling across America. I think if we travel across Africa for over 47,000 kilometers, we deserve more than the Guinness World Record. We deserve a medal, and I think that's what we need, is some focus for Africa, and this world record could do that for us. So we need the support of the people out there. Maybe there's a sponsor as well willing to help us with these visa costs, but we really just need some support to keep this truck moving from country to country for the next 2.5 years.
Wow. Well, Mark Cheapers, best of luck. Please do keep in touch and safe travels, and we're looking forward to hearing all the stories.
And they say, it's when it comes to the environment, save the planet, turn off your lights. Yeah, turn off your lights. I tried that the other day. Killed a cyclist. There you go. Got to be careful.
Got to be careful indeed. Mark Sampson, thank you so much for joining us, and bon voyage.
Hey, thank you very much. All the best. Take care.
Thank you. Well, if you want to know more about the journey, keep in touch with Mark Sampson and his family, visiting over 40 countries in Africa. That's africaclockwise.co.za. africaclockwise.co.za.